Hi guys, and if you want to learn how to make this cute craft, which is a little carrot, or this shiny one, using recycled light bulbs, then keep watching, because it's super easy and it's a great recycle craft. Alright guys, so for this craft you are going to need a recycled light bulb like this one. Doesn't have to be this size. I have got a larger one here that I had, and then this is a thinner one. You can also get them really small, I think. I have got pumpkin orange paint. I got a little bit, I'm going to use a little bit of real brown paint. Some scissors, and that's to cut your felt, because you're going to need some felt to do the little tops of the carrot. Now you're going to need about a 1-inch strip by 2.5 wide, just to give yourself a little extra room. If you are going to make this glitter carrot, you're going to need some Mod Podge, and I just have the matte kind. I'm sure if you just used white Elmer's glue and put it on, I'm sure it would work just as well. And then I have this extra fine topaz glitter. That's the kind and the color that I used. I bought this one at Michael's with a 40% coupon a while back. And you're going to need 2 paintbrushes. One to paint the majority of your light bulb, and then the smaller one just to make the little details of the carrot. And in addition to that, you're going to need a glue gun for sticking the felt on to the light bulb. Alright, so that'll do it. So let's get started. Okay, so for this video, I am going to just make the regular carrot. If you were to make this shiny carrot, which I actually really like, the only thing you're going to do with this is cover it with Mod Podge, sprinkle the glitter all over it, and let it dry. And then you'll be ready to move on to the next step, which is cutting the little top and gluing it on there. And I'll show you that when I do this one. But we're going to do this one. So you're going to need a few layers depending on how dark you want your carrot to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint this, let it completely dry. I am not going to make a really thick coat of paint on here so it'll dry faster. Because if you make a thick coat of paint, obviously it'll take longer to dry. And what I do is I get a water bottle, and I'm going to let just for it to dry. Alright, so I'm going to let it stand here and dry, and then I'm going to do another couple of coats. I'll probably do a total of 3 coats, and then we'll be moving on to the next step. Okay, once it's dry, what you're going to do next is get your orange paint and add a little bit of brown. I did not add much, probably 1 little drop. And you mix it up to get a little bit of a darker orange. Now, depending on how many little carrots you're going to want to do, then you're going to want, you might not need, because I poured way too much orange. But just where it's a little bit darker of an orange, that's why I just mixed the brown. Now this paintbrush, now that I look at it, is probably a little bit too big. I think I used a smaller one the first time, but pretty much what you're going to do is just make some random lines across. They don't have to be, actually you don't want them to be even, because then it won't look as natural. Just different spots, different sizes. This shouldn't take too long to dry. Some of you are probably a lot better than drawing these lines that I am. So I drew my little lines on my carrot. I know you can barely see it, but they don't need to be really obvious lines because we're trying to make it look as natural as we can. So it's still wet. I know it's pretty hard to see. Here's a dry one. If it's not dark enough, then you can always put a little bit more brown in your paint. So we're going to let this little brown paint dry, and we'll be on our last step, and that'll be it. You'll have your little recycled carrots for decorating. Okay, so your next step after your little lines dry is going to be the felt. Now this is 1 inch by about 3 inches across. You're not going to need all 3 inches. You're probably only going to need less than 2 inches, but depending on how many times you want to wrap it around the base of your light bulb. So you're going to want to cut down about halfway across, and the width of what you cut is just going to be up to you. Personal preference. Alright, next step is simple. Just get some hot glue, put along the base, and hold it on there. So you could do just like that once, or you could keep wrapping it as many times as you'd like. So you could use the whole 3 inches, or you can only use some of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here and start wrapping it. I'll put a little bit more. This time I'm going to wrap mine a little bit more. There you go. And there you have it, a light bulb carrot using recycled light bulbs. You can do shiny, like I said, you can do the matte finish, gloss finish. Here's the bigger one of the carrots that I made. And you could just put it in a little pot to decorate. I got this little basket actually at the reuse recycle place also. Free. The little basket handle was broken, but that's okay. It was a free thing. And then I thought, wow, I could just put my little carrots in here. Just have a little basket full of carrots for a centerpiece. Use your imagination. Maybe you could put like a little Easter bunny in here, or just have a little basket full of carrots. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for Easter. You could just have a little decoration of these little baskets of carrots in your kitchen or on a table, whatever. Alright guys, I hope you really enjoyed this light bulb carrot DIY. Alright guys, see you next time. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you like this craft. Alright guys, bye.